South Africa has adopted and is embracing the SDGs, but not only the SDGs, the Agenda 2063, and because we are also in SADC, we also have adopted the SADC indicative framework. South Africa has developed a national development plan which takes into consideration all the global, continental, and regional priorities as part of the planning process in the country, in addition to the priorities that we have as a country. As you know, that in South Africa, municipalities are responsible for the integrated development planning. And the integrated development planning takes guide from the Ministry of Cooperative Governance, that when they plan, they first have to make sure that both the global and the continental and regional priorities, including the national and provincial priorities, are included in their development plans. In this regard, the Ministry of Cooperative Governance is a member of the steering committee in the country, and I'm part of that steering committee, which ensures that there's localization of these global priorities. And what we have done so far is that State South Africa, which is a statistics unit that is responsible for all the statistics in the country, has developed a framework that guides even civil society on localization. And what we have done as a ministry, we have developed a localization framework which guides municipalities on what to do and how to do it. And what we have done, we have developed now the indicators, a set of integrated indicators that guides municipalities to be able to localize all these policy imperatives that are needed by countries. And we are guided also by the Auditor General to make sure that municipalities also understand what is required. And South Africa has selected indicators, about 174, that covers everything else for localization. And this is what we are doing currently. And we are excited also to say that UNDP has also been assisting the country and assisting some of the municipalities to localize the SDGs. For example, we have a framework that supports intermediate cities. So these intermediate cities are now being intentionally supported to localize the SDGs, Agenda 2063, and all other priorities. It's intentional to make sure that we deal with the challenges of urbanization, but also making sure that when municipalities want to go and present their local government VNRs, then it becomes easy for them to do that. But we're also doing this to make sure that when South Africa presents its voluntary national report next year in 2024, we do not struggle to get information, because it's easy to get information if it's easily available. And this standardization and streamlining assists the country to make sure that we shape the VNR in response of how far we are with the implementation of the SDGs. The lessons I've learned from this conference yesterday, the highlight for me was in the gender working group, where young women are really taking up the challenge. And that excited me so much to see a young woman from Zambia, a 30-year-old, who is a mayor, and she was sharing how she moved up the ranks and how challenging it has been, but how she managed to get to be resilient, because we're talking about resilience, how resilient she had to become, how brave she had to become in dealing with challenges of patriarchy, of gender biasness, and that for me was the highlight. And another one was from Ghana, and you could see that young women are really coming to the table, but not only coming to the table to fold their arms, coming to the table to participate and also shape the menu that men sometimes put on the table. So as women, when we come to the table, because we are the cooks, the good cooks, we are able to say we don't need that, let's replace this plate with this one. And that's a good opportunity for women empowerment. We are taking our space as women.